Hey, this is Kat at Kattalestv, and another radio show, or also called a podcast. Anyway, I just have some interesting information in regards to the royals. Now, we have to go back to the past because the past influences the future. So I was told by a very talented writer on Twitter that Queen Consort Camilla, her biggest wish was to be a king's mistress. Like, she was focused on that. And I thought, wow, that's a trip. But we also were talking about the evil stepmother type of vibe that Disney and other childhood nursery rhymes or stories bring up, and how jokingly Camilla seems to fit that profile. But the more I dug in, the more I'm like, what the hell? You know what I mean? I mean, this is a Disney story, because Disney allegedly makes these stories in regards to kind of hypnotizing kids to not listen to their parents, but also the mother figure always dies in their script. Now, let's get back to Camilla. So, I looked up. Camilla was inspired by an ancestor by the name of Alice Keppel, Keppel, who was a mistress to King Charles's relative, King Edward the Seventh. I mean, don't you find that a little bit interesting? And you can find this in Town and Country magazine. Her great-great-grandmother, Alice Keppel, was famously the favorite mistress of King Edward the Seventh. So imagine growing up wanting to be a queen, wanting to be respected, wanting to have power, because you found out that one of your ancestors was the mistress to another king. And that's your role model. So fast forward. I found out, I believe it was in a People magazine article, that Camilla and Charles knew each other from the 70s, when they were teens, around 18. She was a little older, and he was 17. So before Diana, way before Diana, they were very close and very smitten with each other. And allegedly, there was a son born between the pair, and he was given up for adoption. So, let me look that up for you so you can find it online. But he, I believe, lives in Australia. Okay, his name is Simon Dorante-Day, and his middle name is spelled Dorante, last name Day. Simon Dorante-Day. 57, claims to be the son of King Charles III and his wife Camilla, so he requested a DNA test. Publicly, it is known that Dorante-Day grew up with his maternal grandmother after being adopted by Karen and David Day when he was 18 months old. And he's sent letters to the king. And there's a video on YouTube from 7 News Australia, September 14th, 2022. In May 4th, 2023, there's a 7 News Australia video. A lot of 7 News Australia videos on this. But anyway, just so you can do the checking, because I like facts. But let's talk about some more interesting things. This stuff just gets crazier and crazier. The other thing is, I make jokes, that's one of the things I do besides research stuff on Twitter, and I design stuff with a lot of the trending topics. But I did a where the blank is Kate, and in that blank was a beer mug, and it was a joke. I had no idea when I made it that it turns out Prince William, is allegedly known for drinking excessively. And one of the last pictures that were taken of him, when he was supposed to go to his godfather's memorial and read, and he pulled out the last moment, which is un-British to do, very un-British. He was seen taking shots at a pub and pouring beer. And I did this, I think I did the artwork over a week ago. But it's really strange. I didn't know that he had a drinking problem, allegedly. And I saw a video of him standing in his full regalia for some event, and he's literally swaying back and forth. And there's a word that has to do with drinking that I realized was connected to that. And when I saw him doing it, I realized, oh my God, I forgot what it's called. It's something to do with when you're drunk and you can't... Hungover. That's the word. Literally hungover, because he was moving back and forth. It was crazy. And then he went to some... another very important event for the Holocaust Memorial. And it looked like he had bruises on his neck. And then there's people yelling online, oh no, the Royals camp. Those are not bruises, it's just the shadow. But other people had multiple pictures indicating that the dude had looked like bruises on his neck. And this is after he pulled out of the event for his godfather, and after Thomas Kingston was found dead. Now, let me explain who Thomas Kingston was. Thomas Kingston used to date Pippa Middleton, Kate Middleton, who's missing sister. And it turns out that Thomas Kingston was not only a financier, but he was a hostage negotiator. So this guy is extremely smart, extremely attractive, extremely dashing. And Thomas Kingston, besides dating Pippa, he was allegedly friends with William, or in the same circles, of course. So, Thomas Kingston was married to Lady Gabriella Windsor, whose mother, I think she's the Duchess of Kent, was the one that had the racist Moor pin on her lapel when she met Meghan Markle. So anyway, there's all kinds of rumors. First I was thinking that Thomas somehow was having an affair with Kate. This is all conjecture. And I didn't even really post it. It was just an idea. Because a lot of people, if you've read the 48 Laws of Power and the Art of Seduction books by Robert Greene, there's certain people that will align themselves to someone close to the person they actually want and act like they're not interested in that person they want while dating the sister or the best friend. So I was like, maybe this dude was having an affair with Kate, and maybe Kate was pregnant because they said it's going to be 9 months until she recovers Who knows? Because nobody's telling the truth about what happened with Kate anyway. But there's rumors that there's been a long-standing rumor that William has been having an affair with a woman named Rose. But there's also rumors that Thomas had an open marriage with Lady Gabriella. But, who knows? But Thomas was connected to Rose. And because William is obsessed with Rose, that didn't go over well. Let me see. So, they're calling it a death by suicide, but then there was an inquest. But the weird thing is, the Buckingham Palace lied about the day he died. Or they waited a couple of days. I shouldn't say lies, pardon me. They waited a couple of days and made excuses that William had nothing to do with it, which is very odd. And meanwhile, they've had, Prince Andrew and Fergie being seen at events. I think it was a memorial or something. They're so desperate for somebody to represent the royal family that they're letting Jeffrey Epstein's buddy, Prince Andrew, represent the family. And Fergie, who got money from Jeffrey Epstein, standing beside. And aren't those two divorced? But anyway, that's how low the monarchy is doing right now. And allegedly, the evil stepmother, a.k.a. Camilla, she's on holiday because stuff is about to get real. And Prince Charles has, cancer. So, it's pretty wild. I'm trying to figure out this girl. Let me look up William. Oh, and by the way, while I'm looking up that, there's some crazy jokes about William being into pegging. I don't know what that is about. That's pretty wild, but hardcore. What's funny about, in America, we're not really into the royals, you know what I mean? So, we don't know all the top rumors and stuff, so we're trying to catch up. Because they ain't my family. Let me see if I can find this chick. What is this? So, I'm trying to figure out former flame Rose. I don't know, man. I'm gonna look up William and Rose rumors, because Farquhar? I don't know if that's her. Rose rumors. Because there's also a Rose Hanley. I don't know who the hell that is. Is that the right one? I don't know. Let's look. Anyway, Rose rumors. But yeah, the whole thing is, it looks like the royal family's falling apart. And I don't know if I went into this in regards to Camilla. So, Camilla and Charles were dating when they were teenagers, right? Allegedly may have a son who's 57. And, if you don't know, Lady Diana, who King Charles married, she had no idea he was involved with someone until way into her marriage. Or I shouldn't say way into it. Before they were married, she had no idea the depth of their relationship. And Charles gaslit her and abused her in the sense of trying to get Camilla to be close to Diana and telling Diana how to please Charles. That's how sick that is. I mean, imagine you're dating somebody or you're married to somebody. He's having an affair. You don't know it yet. But the woman he's having an affair with, he wants you to be best friends with, and he's always pushing you on her. And she's telling you stuff about him. and you're new to the relationship. Because I believe Diana was maybe 10 years younger than Charles, but I could be wrong. But long story short, it's very abusive mental mind games. So anyway, imagine that woman is always interfering with your marriage to the point where you realize you want a divorce and you're willing to leave being the future Queen of England because you realize your husband doesn't love you and he just used you to breed children. And then you die in a weird car accident. But your sons are raised without their beloved mother. And they're under an enormous amount of stress. And maybe with a father that's not very loving, but very controlling, who's under the control of a very powerful woman. And then he marries the woman that betrayed your mother. And you have to be nice to her. And you have to watch her be crowned queen consort. If that's not some shit, I don't know. But you know, you gotta think about it. If you were like the stepchild of an evil step-parent. I mean, I've had that. It sucks. I can only imagine. And if you found out that that step-parent was cheating with your beloved parent that is no longer cheating on her. In other words, I'm sorry, I'm making it convoluted, but I was literally seeing what that would feel like. That would make a person go crazy. And I'm not making excuses for William's behavior, alleged behavior of screaming at Kate and sticking his finger in her face and them throwing things at each other and his excessive drinking. But if you understand psychology, you can kind of understand the steps that would make someone be extremely violent. So, what I also find humorous is the royal clique is putting up all the shit all over social media and trying to intimidate the people saying stuff like, "Where's Kate?" It's like the audacity of you not believing what we're saying, like you commoner, we tell you what to think and when to think. I mean, I'm just like, you people are like, you think you're too good. And what I find humorous about the royals, they're inbred. They're inbred like those people. Where is that? Not the Ozarks. Where is ding 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 Deliverance? Those kind of people. Oh my God. APP. What's it called? Appalachia. Yeah, the people from Appalachia are probably descendants of the royals. When you marry your cousins, your bloodline is weaker and you start having deformity. And what's hilarious about the royals is that they're really keen on bloodline and genetics, and you can never show that you're sick. You can never be in a wheelchair. They're very kind of Nazi-ish. They have a lot of German blood. But let's get back to the point. But they don't look in the mirror and realize the reason why their faces and their noses and their ears look like that and their teeth are fucked up is because they're inbred. But yet they think they're better than everyone else. I think they have a lot of mental illness and they don't realize it. And, you know, it's not cool to get mental health. And then we get back to Harry and Meghan. I'm glad they're nowhere near those people. Those people are really sick. And also the way they treat women. Women are there to breed. Sort of like Elon Musk's dad and Elon's philosophy. Not no love, but you're there to be used if you're like a princess or a queen. You have to give birth to an heir. And then the man is normally cheating on you and possibly abusing you. So yeah, I don't really feel much empathy for the royals. And yes, I feel like people have the right to say, where the fuck is Kate? I mean, that's real. If somebody in my family was missing for 2 months, and not in the public eye at all, who's supposed to be in the public eye, yeah, you'd be worried. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. They've got Amber Alerts for kids missing in 3 hours or a couple hours. So yeah, a head of state or someone close to the head of state missing since December, Christmas, is worrying. And there's nothing wrong with people. Some people make jokes to lighten up a serious situation, but if you're dealing with a psychopath and they lose their temper in a moment of rage, a person can be killed or harmed. Seriously. So for them to not think that this is valid, they're insane. But also the monarchy and thinking one group of people based on blood is better than other is very, very Nazi. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to think about it. So it might be time for the monarchy to be over with. But I'm trying to remember if I got everything. Camilla and Charles from 1970s. Kingston being a hostage... Did I say a hostage negotiator? The other thing I found interesting, he was a hostage negotiator. So therefore, I was hoping he was trying to save Kate. And maybe that's why something happened, but... I don't know about this Rose person because they're kind of hiding it right now where I'm looking at. Let me just see if I can find rumors. Oh yeah, her name is Rose Hanbury. This is the person. Okay, it says on Google, William was accused of cheating on Kate with Rose, who is the Marchioness of Cholmondeley. I don't know how to say that, honey. And she's married to David Cholmondeley, the 7th Marquis of Cholmondeley. While neither of the three addressed have ever addressed the rumors. I mean, who writes this shit? The scandal was brought back into spotlight after Omen's book hit the shelves. Wow. So when they talk in like tricky words, that normally means something's up. So Rose supposedly made a post. Yeah, I mean, what's weird about these royal people is that a lot of the women had prestige by being the mistress of a high-profile guy. And sometimes their husbands actually knew. As in reference to Camilla's great-great-grandmother, Keppel, her husband would leave the room or their house when the king would visit. It's like, that's where, I think about the cuckold porn where, the man's forced to watch his wife get banged by some other dude. Some men are weird like that. I don't understand that crap. I really don't. Bunch of weirdos. But William doesn't seem to have the wherewithal to be king. He just doesn't. I mean, and if he's got addictions, like hardcore addictions, not good. But again, their family line has severe issues in it because of the inbreeding. You know what I mean? And there's probably, they're too highbrow to get actual help. Like most people, they won't get help if they need it. I'm trying to find, let me see if I can find Thomas Kingston and Rose. Any rumors on that? Because again, why would the palace put out stuff so quick that William had nothing to do with it? Let's see. No, they're not showing it to me. Yeah, I can't find it in here. What they're saying about mainly is that mainly it's the affair between William and Rose. But yeah, let's look for the royal story to get bigger. It just doesn't look good. And I totally understand why Meghan and Harry would want to get out of it. And what I also find very strange is even if Meghan is, you know, a gold digger, whatever they want to say, it doesn't compare to Andrew, Fergie, Camilla, and if William is abusive and violent towards Kate, there's no comparison. Rapist. Okay? So anyway, this is Kat at Kattalestv. Talk to you later. Leave a comment down below. Do you really care? I mean, if the monarchy... Let me ask you this. If the monarchy falls, will you be okay with that? Leave a comment down below. Like the video, please. And share. And I will talk to you later. Bye.